Hi guys, you're here with another vid, and let's continue with our Mac. So, since we got the blockout down, right, now we need to start refining this, okay? So we need to add all the details and carvings and chiselings and, decals and whatnot. But before we do that, we need to refine these blocks, yeah, because this is just too savage, yeah. That's way too savage. This needs to be, there needs to be a lot of detail on this, and neck, front, the chest, all these, sort these backbone, the cables, fix the joints a bit. This one needs to be fixed too, because I've been thinking about it, right? And if you look from the front, I mean, it looks badass, but the problem is, right, that in my opinion these spokes here are a bit too thin to support these massive guns, yeah. I mean, you could argue that this is some kind of an alien, or futuristic, component that is ultimately, strong, but I think it's a little bit too feeble. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna change this a bit, yeah. We're gonna update, but that's not a problem. We're gonna do it later on. But first thing first, we're gonna hide the guns, right? And before we do that, we should, organize our stuff a bit, okay? So, cannons, right? These bezier curves should be moved to guns. Cannon final, right? And at the moment, what is this? This one as well, right? So, move to cannon final. Good. So we can remove this folder cannons, right? Let's organize our scene a bit and rename it to cannons, right? So let's keep cleaning our scene. So I would actually move these ones to, or maybe create a separate library for it. I just move it to cannons. That's fine. So turn it off and move it to cannons, and there you go. So that's sorted, and we can turn off legs as well so they don't confuse us. And in fact, we're gonna move these two legs also, and these are fine here. Perfect. So now we're left with this thing in here. Legs blockout, right? This blockout can be moved to the bottom now because we don't really need it, so we can move it in here. And we probably should move these ones up a bit too. This is a radial array gizmo, which we don't need, so we can delete it. These are all radial empties, so we don't need them. We can delete them. And hops camera empty, which we don't need. I think it's a camera I created by mistake, so I'm just going to delete it. And hops camera, delete it. Now there's an empty here. Be careful with empties because they could be for mirroring situations, right? So if we turn the legs back on and we inspect these empties, if they do anything for us, this one doesn't, so we can delete it. This one, doesn't either, although we probably want to get back cannons back on. And now test it if it's not doing anything. If it doesn't, delete it. And these are empties created by hops mirror to help you to see mirror stuff around. So there you go. This one is important, so we're gonna leave it in here under empties. And this one is, I don't think this one does anything, so we can delete it also. Now these cylinders should go to the main chassis, and this cylinder, I have no idea what it is. It's nothing, so we can delete it. Come on. Oh, this cylinder is important. This is a main chassis too. And this cube is important, is a main chassis too. So now we are sorted, right? Back up, we're gonna move it in here, and let's save our scene. So now everything is clean and organized, and I can start working. I like things organized because then, I don't get lost in translation, right? So now cutters, we're gonna turn it off, and we're gonna move this one to cutters. And I don't think we have any more cutters left, right? peachy. Okay. Oh, there's one more here. What is this? Oh, this is the array empty. Good, good, good. All right, let's just leave it there. All right, so we want to design something on this neck in here, you know, this one, right? We want to make it a bit more interesting. Before we do anything, we need to fix this, because at the moment, you know, this neck kind of sinks in, but we want to shape it somehow. So what we're gonna do is let's you know, let's play with it a bit. Okay, so let's maybe chamfer it a bit and see if we're gonna like it better or not. Maybe this chamfer is a bit too strong. Maybe gonna make it a bit less powerful, you know, something like this, just to reflect a bit of light on the other side. Let's mirror it to the other side. Perfect. And I think that would do. Now what we can do, right, is apply the mirror. And what's the boolean here for? Fascinating. Let's grab this to a local mode and see what this boolean is doing to us. Ah, it's cutting the bottom. That's fine. We can cut it, so we can actually apply this boolean. And now we can shift D this, okay? Shift D it and increase the size ever so slightly, okay? Just ever so slightly, and cut this one with a difference. Now, what it will do, it will introduce a little bit more of a kind of like a sort of gap, you know what I mean? Gap in here. So we can grab this one and we can how many booleans do we have in here? We have only one boolean, so let's apply this. And what we're gonna do is run we can combine these. In fact, you know what? This is flat, right? I would actually delete this one from here. And what we're gonna do is we want to run a chamfer, okay? So we're gonna run a chamfer here like this, and this should be interesting. So sharpen this, and how are we looking? Yeah, we're looking pretty good. So now you see you got this indentation here that sort of suggests that next kind of sinks in, and this one should be chamfered as well. In fact, you know what we could do is we could chamfer the whole thing all around. So, oh come on, grab this one and remove this chamfer with machine, so unchamfer, and select everything around. So, you know, select all this edge around. It's gonna be a bit tough to chamfer it on these edges here, right? So this could cause a lot of problem like here. So we need to first see how this will look, right? Well, it's not tragic, but it's not amazing. We could fix this, you know, by moving these things about and sort of putting off the forest fires. Oh, come on. So let's select this edge and mark it, and then let's move this one a bit down, this one too, and this one a bit higher. This edge's gotta go for sure. And there's a bit of a trouble here. Let's clean this. This is probably caused by the loss of bevel because of angle, so we need to switch it to weight, and everything is peachy. Now this edge here is unnecessary in my opinion, so we can dissolve it and everything's gonna be fine. So let's move this one a bit down, you know, civilize it a bit, right? And then simply mirror it to the other side, and now let's see what's going on in here. Disaster. So let's fix this, and this shouldn't be marked over there for sure. These are fine. Let's combine them here. This is not caused by this, right? Okay, so let's leave it. It's caused by these. So because now every single edge is being beveled, so I need to remove bevel from here and remove this edge. Wait a minute. This one, dissolve edge, and what's going on here? This one should be connected to this. Perfect. And then I cannot see, so let's go to X-ray. Let's move this one a bit here to the back, and let's clean it one more time. That didn't do anything. Here, that's the problem. Okay, so let's in fact, you know what, we're just gonna move this one in here. That's fine like that. There you go. It's in the bottom, guys, no one's gonna see it, but you know, I like clean mesh because it could cause problems down the line when we're gonna work with, you know, other stuff. So this one is flat. No, it isn't, but we don't really need this. It's fine. There's a double edge in here which we could remove, or remove this one and simply copy this to the other side. So we could actually, you know, symmetrize it, right? So D and symmetry and symmetrize it. And now we're gonna fix the top, and the top is really easy to be fixed because it's just this one here and this one, this side, this whole edge could go. So let's turn off this X-ray, and there we go. And there is some problem in here which has to be fixed. So you gotta be careful what you're removing because you don't want to remove stuff that you know it's important, right? So this one is a bit too close. Oh no, this one is not beveled. That's a problem. And also this one is a bit too close. So let's do something like this, maybe. Let's clean it again, and it should be fine. These lines are not marked. Let's recalculate the sharpen. So Control click on sharpen, Control Shift click on sharpen. This will recalculate the sharpens, and we need to reapply this. Bevel is set to weight. What the hell? What's going on in here? We lost the sharps, so we need to reintroduce them. Because recalculating sharps, what it will do is it will remove all the sharps that you have on the object and apply new ones based on the angle that you have set in here, which is 30 degrees. And these were simply below that angle, which is why they got removed. As you know, that's a beautifully shaded piece. So we can put it back in, and now we get this lovely separation in here. You see, this is what we wanted, because we want to separate these parts, you know, the machine parts, right? We could run the same thing in here. This is gonna be a bit more tricky because of this connection in here, and also the front's gonna cause some grief, but you know, we're not scared, we can do this. So let's make a small chamfer, not a big one, and let's fix this, shall we? So let's move this one a little bit here. We can't do that. Fine. Let's move this one away. Nope. What is this doing here? Right. Okay, fine. Let's just combine them into one line then. If that's what they want, that's what they get. That's what they're gonna get. This one should combine here too. Shift 1, no problem. And we're going to symmetrize it to the other side. How are we looking? We're looking pretty peachy actually, considering the damage. We could remove this one. No, we can't because it supports the curvature. So run 3 with machine to clean any junk. And whoa, what happened? If you can't see like this, you know, means your view is clipping. So what you can do is increase the decrease the distance of camera clipping to something much larger, like this, for example. Did it work? Oh, nothing to do with camera clipping. Fine, let's combine them together. Did this? Now, what we can do in a situation like this, that's a good one. That's a good one. Because you see now, you don't know which one is the top one. I think this one. But if you're not sure, what you can do is select this vert, Alt-A and top. And this will actually flatten the top. It will move it back to the vert, you know, which you are sure that is the correct one. Let's maybe go back here on the view so it's not so crazy. We don't have any artifacts. This is a little bit weird in here. So what we need to do is run sharp in here. That's no brainer. And everything should be fine. So let's symmetrize it. Yeah, we're good. Now, this part here is a bit buggered because of the mirrors, but I have an idea on how to fix it. In fact, we're going to detach it from the chassis, and we do it because it's a little bit faceted, you see. So we're going to increase the resolution of it, and we're going to fix it later. Don't worry about it now. It's going to take like 1 minute. So let's see. Looks clean. Everything looks peachy. So let's save it. power save, and we're good to go. Now, this part is syncing into Geo as well, you see, so we need to do this properly, meaning we need to select both of them. And let's see here, do we have any booleans running? Yes, we do. What kind of booleans do we have? No one knows. Apply this and apply the mirror and remove the bevel, because you don't want bevels on your cutters. That's a very bad idea. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cut it. Okay, so again, before we do it, actually, let's select this and remove it. You can actually control X, which will remove it without prompting you if you want to remove it. That's not going to work in this case. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move this origin back to Geo, and I'll tell you why I'm doing this in a second. Because now, before I cut it, right, I want to cut it. So before I cut it, I'm going to shift this and again, scale it ever so slightly, right? And then difference. And I'm going to be left with this cutter, which I'm going to hide. And I'm going to sharpen it, right? So now, this one has another hole cut in it. Okay, which is exactly what I wanted. Because, you know, this one just drops inside, right? Inside this mesh. So I can bevel this a little bit and everything's gonna be peachy. Now this one, what we can do, we can't bevel this one yet because we need to cut another. Oh, actually we can, because we can recall the cutter. So let's go Alt H. I know it's gonna be confusing, but we need this, not this one. Where is this cutter? It's this one, right? Nope. This one. That's the one. Let's grab both of them, and we need to cut it. So we need to cut it like this, or we could combine it together. But I think cutting maybe... Combining could be a good idea, actually, you know, these two. Right. This should get removed, by the way, this part here. There's a gap in here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna move this to the left a bit until it touches this part here. And we're going to actually combine them together, you know. So remove the bevel, because that's a bad idea. And Boolean union, okay. So there we go. And once this is unified, we can recalculate sharpen. It's actually not sharpen to apply it, and Bob's your uncle. And now we get this applied. So let's hide the cutters. And let's see, yeah, that looks alright, that looks alright. So this is, you know, welded in here, but it drops into the geo in here. It's kind of complicated, but it's kind of cool. Alright, so now we're gonna run a chamfer on this one. Down to here maybe. So let's run the chamfer here like this. It's gonna meet here in this corner, so you need to combine these two verts together. There are two verts here, right? There you go. So now it's even, and it's gonna introduce a bit of a break here, which is great. So let's, you know, symmetrize it to the other side. Okay. We're looking good. We're looking good. We're looking good. Let's now apply all these sharps here. So the ones that got removed. So mark sharp, perfect. Now you're talking. Now you're talking. Nice. Very nice. Okay, now everything is, you know, as it should be. So awesome. Okay. This one needs a different beveling, you see, again. So bevel, change to, it isn't weight, so I'm guessing recalculate removed these edges again, so we need to add them back on. So check all round if you're not missing any, any sharp edges, because you want this thing to be beveled, right? We could also add some, the bevel on the bottom is not necessary. We need to add an edge in here too. Important, so there you go. Peachy. And we could definitely use some chamfers in here, right? So what we're gonna do is run some chamfers on this one. So from here down to this place, and first we're gonna run the chamfer here, a small one. You don't have to go crazy. In fact, you don't want to go crazy because you will start causing problems with geo here, right? So, and then another one you're gonna run in here. So we're gonna do something like this. All right. So how this will look for us? The bevel needs to be a little bit smaller because it's crazy. And will this make sense? Maybe we should leave it like that, And definitely this bevel is a little bit too crazy, so that's better. These tiny bevels, those tiny bevels that really introduce those kind of like eye-catching areas. So same here, we need a bevel in like a chamfer, right? So, and in any case, if you don't like it, you can always remove it with machine. So it's not like we committed 100% to this thing. It's just this one I think is a little bit too small. It should be a bit more aggressive, maybe, maybe something like that. And check if you're not causing any problems. Of course we do, because of the angles. So we need to fix this, right? There you go. Probably at the bottom as well. So let's fix it, and here too, I'm guessing. Well, I'm just gonna fix it because reasons. And that's good. And see, now you got this lovely separation between those two pieces. You can clearly see they're two separate machined pieces. So same here, I would simply run an edge here like this, and again we're gonna get some pinching problems, but we're gonna fix it. It's not a big issue. So let's chamfer this, and again gonna have to fix stuff in here. So double vert, fix this too, we don't want that. Fix this junk, and on the bottom this, oops. Okay, and here too. Alright. Looking really good. Looking really good. Okay, so now that we got this going on, what's going on in here? It's like we need to symmetrize it. There we go. Okay, same here, guys. It needs to be a separation. So wait a minute. Right, so this bit, right, this needs to be chamfered here, this one, except for this, right? So let's Control B this. Yeah, let's chamfer it like that. Awesome. Let's turn off this box cutter because it's getting in the way. In fact, let me think. Yeah, that's good. That's good. We can remove it if we don't like it. Or we could just slash it, or something. But we can think about it later. Anyway, it's all peachy. So that's all good. Now, how is sorted in here? That's what I want to know. So how is this? See, this is embedded, right? So what we need to do, we need to cut this one as well, or combine it. You can't combine it, so we need to cut it. So I have an idea how to do this. Let's grab these two elements and let's actually grab this circle. Or this, oh, you can't grab this circle. Fine, let's just grab this one, okay? So, all around. All around. Make sure it's a closed circle, right? Okay, Shift D and P. And now let's grab this one and go to local mode. Now we're gonna select this and fill it with a face, go to face mode, extrude it across. Right, and now let's clean the edges that we don't need, okay? This is important because if you slash this with as is, you're gonna introduce lots of unimportant edges, and it could cause shading problems, and it's easy to remove them now and then deal with the mess later. So also be mindful of which one you are removing. You need to make sure that the distances between the verts are more or less equal, okay? Now, before we do anything, we need to have some loops in here, preferably a lot of them, and we need to, sharpen it to get it to make it smooth, and simply select this one, and wait a minute, this one is a bevel, right? Remove the bevel and weighted normals, select this one and difference, okay? And this should work. Wait a minute, the boolean is not applied? Bevel mirror. Fascinating. Hang on a second. Why this one didn't get cut? I'm missing something. One more time. This. Oops. Let's bevel mirror. Mirror. There. This could be a problem. So difference. Fascinating. Just need to make it a little bit bigger. That's fine. We can do that. So, in fact, you know what? It doesn't really matter because we can't see this. It's inside, right? So it doesn't matter. All we care about is this bit here. So you see this bit, and this bit got cut. Mouse scroll toggle. Let's make it a bit larger like this and see what we're gonna get. Okay, yeah, this edge could be beneficial. This could be beneficial. So let's remove this because it's in the middle, and think we should be good. We're gonna leave it as is. We're gonna leave it as is. That's fine. As long as there is a separation here, we're good. So there is a separation here now, which is great. So if you're gonna go to cavity, we can actually probably see that slightly here, right? Yeah, there's an opening here, which is correct. Okay. Alright then, so this would be it. Also, there's some shading problem in here, I can see. And we can fix it by running, marking this as sharp. So, mark sharp, and it should be fine. Also, this entire edge should be marked as sharp. So let's recalculate it. And see if it's gonna fix it. We're gonna move this one a little bit, and this one, merge these ones together, move this one a little bit higher, and well, this one should be here, to be honest. Let's move these together and these together, and what the hell is going on here? Move these together, and move this one away a little bit, and maybe combine them here, and this one, move it a little bit further, and combine these two, and there's one more vert here. There's no doubt about it. So move this vert here and combine these two, and we should be fine. So how are we looking? Yeah, it's still a little bit wobbly in here. So what we're gonna do is mark this sharp. This should fix the problem, and so should this here. So mark sharp. It will remove it from the calculation of the smooth, although this one doesn't look good in here. I think we're good. So symmetrize it across, and again we need to fix these, and we are good to go, right? There's a mess in here, but to be honest, you know, I literally can't be bothered because it doesn't matter, you know. I mean, you can combine this, but honestly, it just makes no difference. I mean, here it does actually. So what we could do is subdivide it and move it to the same height. So top, and combine this one to this one, and there you go. And there's your mesh merged in here, and then we can symmetrize it to the other side to fix the shading. This could be sharp, to be honest. This could be sharp, but doesn't have to be really. Alright, we're good to go. Now there's some bevel vert overshooting in here. Probably, you know, triple or double verts. There you go. This edge is not needed, so dissolve it. And this edge is a little bit too close, so that double verts in here too. Clean it with machine, and if that doesn't help, move these ones away. Still something is causing grief here. Double verts. There we go. What's going on in here? Another edge. It's a double edge in here, I think. Is it? Yeah. Let's try to clean it with 3D print toolbox, make manifold, and this should help. And if it doesn't, we will need to combine all these verts. So let's just merge them together. We can merge them manually. Left and combine them. Left. This is after the cut, yeah. It's just the aftermath of the cut. So do this, introduce a mark here and symmetrize it, and we're done. Okay, now the geo is clean, perfect. Again, you can't see it, but you know, reasons, right? So now let's see. This piece is separate, something mirror to it. This piece is one piece, and this piece is one piece, right? So we got now 3 pieces, and the neck is fixed. Everything is fine, and now the neck goes into the head, and we could, you know, we could connect these two, you know. This wouldn't be a bad idea actually, because they kind of lay on one another. Or this one sinks into the mesh, so we need to fix it. We're gonna do it in the next video because it's gonna be a head fixing video. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.